What's good, YouTube? RunixYGO here. We did it again. In 2 weeks' time, we made it back to Masters. And for the most part, we played it with 2 decks. We did it with White Force Azamina for the most part, all the way up to High Diamond. But the other deck that we made it with is none other than Snake Eyes Fiendsmith. Again. And specifically Azamina, Snake Eyes Fiendsmith. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, why am I still playing this? This is probably the not the best variant, and that maybe I found another solution to playing because Beatrice got banned. Maybe there was another way to play, and maybe I found another solution, and the solution was absolutely nothing. We did nothing to this deck, to be honest. We're still playing it. Honestly, the reason we didn't is because of budget reasons. I didn't want to keep investing UR dust on the extra deck and using the Millennium, because arguably Millennium Snake Eye Fiendsmith is the strongest right now, but I want to stick to Millennium Snake Eye Fiendsmith Azamina because it still can bridge. Now the downside with playing this deck is that Fiendsmith no longer goes bridges into Snake Eyes. The only thing that bridges into Snake Eyes now is Bellstar, because Bellstar will get you OSS. The moment OSS does get hit, though, this will be tricky how to play the deck. But now, this deck is just still amazing. Is it the best variant? No, it is not. Is the deck still great and a contender to be the S tier meta? Yes, it is. It's still good, honestly. So there's honestly no changes to the deck. When you took out Beatrice, you just put High King Caesar or whatever rank 6 that you'd like. But the deck has not changed from my previous builds. Just to show, all the ratios are pretty much the same. The only difference is hand traps. Again, based off budget, based off format, and based off your own preference. Play it as you will, but this is the deck. So I just want to jump straight into replays. You can always check out the deck on the link in the description. I'll post the Master Duel meta right there of the deck. But let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed. I get to show why Snake Eye Fiendsmith Azamina is still a top contender, and that it could still do a lot of one-card combos and show its resilience. Let's go. So this first duel, I like to show always simulated how a full combo would look like ideally. So our hand, we're going first and we're fighting Blue Eyes, and we're full Fiendsmith combo, we're full Snake Eyes combo. We're not full Azamina, but we go full combo here just to show typically no matter what, all roads lead to Rome, and we'll end up with a 8 interruption board. So typically in my mindset here, we want to bait with Fiendsmith Engraver because we care about Snake Eyes to go more full combo, just to bait out any hand traps. But I believe we're full combo here, no interruptions whatsoever. So we go Fiendsmith combo to get Track, and then Track to get Lurie. For all who don't know, you discard Lurie with its effect to special summon itself when it's discarded, going into Fiendsmith Requiem distribute to get the second copy of Fiendsmith to attach. Now the reason we want to attach is because we want to use the effect of Original Sinful Spoils. It's free basically to send one face-up card you control and special summon one fire monster from the hand or deck. So that is basically starter right there. If they had Maxi or something, we'll negate it with Ash, or we'll use Bonfire. So we're full Snake Eyes combo here. And as always, typically you go Ash to get Poplar to summon to get Field Spell to get Bellstar, going into Link Karibo to put Poplar back to the back row. We use Bonfire. The reason we use Bonfire is because we didn't normal summon, and we'll keep an extra Link fodder. That's why, because typically we'll use Ash's effect to tribute itself in one card on the field. But in my mindset, let's just normal summon. We get a free body right there. So we link into sequence here. Use the effect. We don't waste any time. We just want to go into Desiree. The reason we do that is we value the Link 2 here as fodder, so we can go into a higher Link monster and eventually use IP Masquerena with Apollosa to have some protection. And you'll see why it really helped us going this route. We normal summon Oak to get back Ash. Now use Ash's effect to finally get Flamberge. We then link off into IP. Effect of Flamberge to special summon 2 Snake Eyes. Linking into Link 3 for Princess to get back our Flamberge. Attach sequence to Desiree to negate Promethean. Special summoning Bellstar by dropping Ash there. And now we have 4 links for Apollosa here. Reason we do that is because now we'll have protection with Apollosa. So that will also make Flamberge attached to IP so we could summon it. So in this interruptions or RN board, we have 4 monster negates, 2 field negates, IP to SP, Promethean, and Ash Blossom. That is 10 interruptions within this board uninterrupted. Watching our opponent, they try to use Illusion of Chaos. We just negate it because we're not even afraid of it. Because we're just trying to bait out as much as we can in their cards. And they snow rabbit us. Little did they forget that IP is protecting Apollosa, so we let that go. They then tried to stop Promethean, and I said to no to that. That's too valuable because we want to recycle snakes. So then they Primite Roar to try to summon, and then we Ash Blossom. What a big chain that was. Eventually, we negate Primite Roar to negate Called By, not destroying Apollosa and negating their hand. They have 2 cards left in their hand. They try to use Primite Lordy, so this is where we'll summon IP. They add a card to their hand, which is Drill Beam. They'll then try to summon, but we also summon Poplar. They Drill Beam us. We can't do anything about that, unfortunately, so that negates and banishes it. They set, and they're about to end, and we're gonna go to IP to get rid of their set card and swing for game. So that was game 1 uninterrupted. Typically, you'll always end with something like that board in similarities or so. Second, we are fighting again Blue Eyes. We're fighting a lot of Blue Eyes for this format just because it's a new deck. So against Blue Eyes, this replay shows how the deck is strong to still go second. In addition, just show resilience within the deck and show that sometimes you can't go full combo and you just have to play through hand traps, and this deck has a lot of grit from doing it. Our opponent plays Primite Lordly, normal summoning their starter, having Drill Beam. Now I sort of misplay. Actually, I don't. I was able to summon, and I get the right timing to draw one. They actually end up ending, and all we know is they have 1 negate. We try to bait here. Now, with our hand, the reason we bait with Bonfire is because we're hoping to either triple Tactics, Talent, and steal their monster and just link it off with Fiendsmith stuff. So we just said we might as well just bait it. Now, they Maxi us. Now, most people, honestly, I bow down to Maxi and it will just end my turn. I said, honestly, I can't end here because I'm just going to lose next turn. And plus, I have talents. I just have to go for it, I said to myself. On stream, so we get Ash. we talents, and they actually negate our stealing our cards. So that went out the window. I was just gonna end if is actually after I just normal summon Ash, but then I said to myself, if I don't do anything now, it's over. So I Ash to get Poplar to special to get Divine Temple to put Diabellstar, and this is where I said to myself, you have to either go for OTK or you lose. And it's not going my way. They're actually interrupting me, and Poplar is now banished, and I need to find a way to still get Poplar out. So I summon Diabellstar, set Deception, played Deception. I wasn't gonna use Deception, I believe, or no, I just used Link Haribo to get back Poplar because it's banished. And at this point, they're drawing too much. So I said, you know what? We gotta just go for it. We go for Hollowed to Mu Rusialago. Mu Rusialago gets us Wanted. Link into Moon of Closed Heavens. Try to get an Omni Negate going. And they Dominus us. They misplay so hard, Veer, because Dominus basically is negating Wanted, which we already used Diabellstar. There's no point of doing that at that point. I guess they drew it at that time, because then we now have Omni Negate here. So that Dominus was for nothing. Go into Requiem to send, and they Drill Beam. The reason we don't let the summon go through in my mind is because we need to OTK them. We now, because it's gonna be over if I cannot. We summon Engraver here. We attach Requiem. We then summon Diabellstar. The reason we do that is because we are going into our favorite card, Doom Dragon. I have a video of why you should be playing Doom Dragon. Putting that card to the back row, they Ghost Ogre us, which I was worried because we don't have a target, or sorry, we don't have enough for lethal. So I just max C here at this point. They fusion, missing our target for Blue Eyes Tyrant, destroying our Engraver, destroying our Doom Dragon, having to bring Lurie back to summon Engraver with its Graveyard effect, sending the field spell because we're trying to go for game here, linking into Sequence going into Desiree, sending that in the back row, and at this time we only have 98 damage, and I'm hoping to draw something good. We then attack, and just enough. We come back from that game. The deck just showed you right there, after getting interrupted about 5 times, that I still had enough for lethal. This is why we love Snake Eyes. Another duel to show adversity here. We're going second again, and guess what? We're fighting another Blue Eyes deck. And because of this, we still managed to win in using all my brain cells to win this. It was really difficult with the number of hand traps we have to go through. Opponent goes, they use Maiden to get True Light and do Blue Eyes things. I'm not too familiar yet with how Blue Eyes works, but they really did that. They sent a Maxi to the graveyard, which I was surprised. But yeah, They normal summon Sage to get Valor. I mulch armies here because I don't want to miss timing when they link 1 summon. They called by the Grave it, and luckily for us, we chain with the second copy of mulch armies, so that makes it a valid effect that goes through. They end turn because they don't want us to go more. So we're assuming these are already imperms, guys. So our hand, we top decked a really good card, Bonfire, to start off our plays. But we use Track. The reason we use Track is because we want to bait. In my mind, Bonfire is more valuable than Track, because we could just normal summon Lurie and still go into it. But yeah, we discard Lurie, special summon Lurie, link Lurie into Requiem, Requiem to tribute itself for the second copy of Engraver in our deck. Now play Bonfire, play Ash for it to get effect Valored. So that was unfortunate. Play Deception, attach to send those 2 back because we don't need it too much. To banish Track, to use the 2 copies of our Fiendsmith to go to Lacrima. Lacrima to special, they imperm us. Not looking too hot, but we still have a play. We then special with Graveyard effect of Engraver to link them off into sequence in hopes that we could go into Desiree in addition to burning them for 1200. They use their second imperm. So we just played through 3 hand traps. 4 if you consider turn 1. We Deception now. This is our final play. We use Hollowed, and they use True Light. I thought it does something, but it actually doesn't do anything, thankfully. We get Mood Rusilago special to get Sinful Spoils. We then link into Link 3, thankfully. You see how this deck... Now, remember, this was already negated due to Valor. Now that I brought it back with Promethean, its effect to send itself is available now. We also use Hollowed, tributed to Oak to get us Ash, link off to link Karibo, Hollowed Azamina to try to insulate ourselves with the Omni Negate, use Original Sinful, sending back Ash to get Poplar. Poplar special summons itself. Man, we love the snakes. To get Sinful Spoils, or Divine, and they quit. We're eventually gonna OTK them because they had basically an open board, and we played through 3 hand traps and still had a full combo play there. Now for this duel, we're fighting Yubel, and we're showing a lot of examples of how the deck is very resilient. 1 card combo could play through hand traps and play a lot of hand traps ourselves. So starting off, we use Engraver first to try to bait because we'd already have full combo with Snake Eyes. It's not ideal to have Poplar in hand because we can't special summon it from drawing it anymore, but we'll find a way to still use it. We actually misplay here. We use to discard Lurie when essentially we should have just discarded Poplar, in my opinion. But yes, we summon Lurie, normal Ash, go into Oak, link to Fiendsmith Requiem, Requiem into the other copy of Engraver, attach, sending the 2 for nothing because it got negated. So it's not looking too good, so we use the Graveyard effect to special the second engraver, we have no more play because our hand is offline. So we try to just link summon into, or fusion summon into Lacrima to special. And we use the substitute that we no longer have Beatrice into DD High King, Wave King Caesar. This is basically a solemn strike, or sorry, solemn warning, 2 solemn warnings. So essentially here we have two monster negates and 1 monster negate. Not much, but it was enough for Yubel. So they're using the Dark Beckoning combo with opening of the Spirit Gates, linking off into Moon of Closed Heavens, Moon of Closed Heavens into Fiendsmith Requiem, Requiem to tribute, we negate it, use the effect of Lacrima to burn for 1200. They 1 for 1, so we negate that because we don't want them to go start their combo. But Spirit of Yubel is a really, really strong and extending card. So they special summon, use the effect, we imperm, and that is the rest of their play. Pretty good. High Wave King Caesar really helped out. And they end just like that with just a Phantom of Yubel Omni Negate substitution. We use the effect of Engraver to special summon itself. And they surrender. Knowing that even if they stop, let's say I was gonna Fiendsmith combo with that hand, I still had the normal summon of Oak to special summon, and if that was negated, I would just still get Snake Eye Flamberge and still OTK right there. So we love Snake Eyes. Duel 8, we are dueling against Paleo. This was a Paleo Primite deck, and this is an example of just full combo with Azamina and Fiendsmith bridging together. So this is true full combo, and unfortunately our hand is not ideal. We don't want 2 copies of Fiendsmith Engraver and track. We basically overkilled here, but we start and we use Wanted to have Diabellstar. We send the first copy of Diabellstar to summon of Engraver to send for Diabellstar. We use Deception to send itself to get Hollowed to get Murcielago to get Deception, use Fiendsmith Track for Lurie to go into Moon of Closed Heavens. We actually misplayed for putting it here, Murcielago, that's why we had to use it that way, unfortunately. But that's okay because we eventually wanted to insulate ourselves from Nibiru. So it worked out, honestly. And used Original Sinful to get our Ash. Going into Requiem the tribute for the second copy, normal summon Ash to Poplar to Field Spell. Field Spells to Diabellstar, attaching Ash to use the Requiem, Oak to special summon Ash, Link Karibo to set itself with Poplar's sequence to put all 3 into Desiree, sending Oak and Poplar for Flamberge, linking away for IP, using the effect of Graveyard to get Ash and Oak with Flamberge, going into Promethean Link 3, attaching, special summoning Flamberge, negating, going into a Link 3 Apollosa, attaching, putting it in the back row IP, set. So our board is 3 monster negates, 2 Omni Field negates, IP to SP, 1 Omni Negate, Princess, and 1 Hand Trap Called by the Grave. That's 10 interruptions. We set Deception. The reason we set Deception is because we value having it for the grind game. That's why. We don't want to just send it away. They jump scare us by tributing our 2 monsters, our Omni Negate and Desiree. So I just summon IP for that. They set 3. My mind was they set the first card to the right first, so that's the card that we're targeting first. And it was a really good card. Using the effect of Flamberge to get Oak and Poplar. Oak to get Ash, and we banish Dimensional Barrier. I get burned for 1,000. Use Deception. Link the 2 back into Close Heavens to open up our space. Put Flamberge down. Hollowed to send back Sylvia. Hollowed to get back Sylvia. And they actually Book of Eclipse us. Sending our 3 monsters to the grave. We still have a Omni Negate. Flip my cards face up. Diabellstar to put down there. Graveyard effect for Engraver, and that was gonna be game. And lead. For this game, we are fighting White Forest, and they are going first. Starting off, they normal summon a Stellar, which is probably the worst thing to do, because if they wasted or committed their normal summon, that means they don't have much in their hand, in my opinion. So they set Crossout, which is another really good card, which surprised me because Crossout's really good for our hand right now. We Ash that instead of Maxi because I had the hunch that my intuition tells me that they don't have much if they're gonna do that. And my prediction was correct. They just end phase just like that, giving us basically full combo here with Fiendsmith Bonfire 1-for-1. Your full Snake Eyes, your full Fiendsmith, but because they draw phase and did that to us, we just Bonfired here to get Ash to get us at least Oak instead of Poplar. The reason we do this is because we don't want to go into getting smashed, so we're just gonna risk it because we have Ash just to attack. And the thing is, even if they had something or they drew something, they'd play into Maxi and they'd play the Maxi challenge, so they'd have to OTK us on turn 3. So I set evenly using Graver's effect to get tracked and at least end there, because at least we have nothing, but it's okay. They normal summon Lurie, which at that point when we Maxi, that's free draws right there. They surrendered, knowing that they probably won't go into full Fiendsmith if that's all they had or that's what they drew. But yeah. So for Duel 11, this is our second to last game. We go first, and our hand is also full combo. We have Insulation with Called by the Grave. And yeah, we're looking pretty good. We're full Azamina, Snake Eye, and Fiendsmith combo. This is ideally the hand that you want. We Bonfire. They Ash us, so we Called by the Grave there. If they Maxi or Fuvalos, we would have just turned ended because we have a Maxi of our own. But the traditional way of playing, actually not, this is a situational game, my mistake. We just normal summon Ash to put Poplar down, sending the 2, get Oak to get Poplar, and Poplar to chain and set in the back row Ash, special summoning. Now, the reason we played this route is because Droll and Lockbird makes us play this way, but we could still play through it. Send Diabellstar to go into Deception, tributing the 2, for our Flamberge. Setting Oak down for follow-up. Linking into Linkuriboh. Linking the two now. So because now that Flamberge is in the grave and we have two snakes in the grave, we can special summon it and still have a play. Linking into Requiem. Requiem into Engraver. Linking into IP Masquerena. And linking to Sequence. Not wasting any time because we can add cards to our hand. We go into Desiree. Linking the two into Apollosa with protections. And attaching Sequence. This end board, we have 2 monster negates, 2 field negates, and a maxi. 5 interruptions still that they need to play to with 3 cards in the hand, or 4 now. I maxi on draw phase. They try to call by the grave. I think that's a very valuable card, so I negate called by, making our maxi alive and online. They normal summon Primite. We negate. They link into Typhon, which was an interesting one. They should have swung. Getting Oak from the field spell. Getting Poplar to get original. Linkuriboh to have there. And they just end there. Because Typhon could not swing due to Linkuriboh. And they could not use its effect due to Apollosa. This was our last and final rank up game for the season. And starting off, our hand looks fine. If they maxi us here, it should be okay. But in my mind, we're full combo here. We probably want to start off baiting with Diabellstar, because we could get Snake Eye Diabellstar in the back row with eventually the field spell. We 1-for-1 Fuvalos here. And they Mulcharmy Fuvalos us. And we Ash Blossom that, but guess we're just starting off with just Snake Eye Ash. We Snake Eye Ash to get us nothing due to Imperm. So we have to actually play a little bit different here. That's why we love the resilience of this deck, because there's more than one avenue to go into. Having Diabellstar here, we get Original Sinful. Use Original Sinful to get rid of Ash to special summon with Oak, and they surrendered. Knowing we still have full combo, that's why we love Snake Eyes. So this was the Snake Eye Fiendsmith Azamina deck. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yeah, again, no changes. If you guys want to look at my last video, the DC Cup, there's really no changes. It was just Beatrice being substituted. All my ratios are the same. Combos are still the same. And that's why we love this deck, because it could just one card combo easily into bridge into each other's engines and still play through hand traps from those replays. This was a really quick game to go into or quick season to go into Masters. We're gonna try to go into Masters 1, but I guess we'll just have to see. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Yes, I hope to play more decks that are Fiendsmith related. A lot of meta stuff. I can't wait for like things like Malice to come out. But yeah, this was a really fun season 40. Yeah, we keep the Masters dream alive and continue staying in Masters, playing at the highest level. Hope to catch you guys in the next video. Thank you always for joining and watching. I hope you guys learned something new with this, that, you know what, Snake Eye Fiendsmith Azamina is still good. You don't have to play the best variant. Take care, guys. You guys are amazing. God bless.